Welcome back. Today we're talking about the top 10 questions people ask me about body sculpting. My name is Shalencia. I'm a licensed esthetician and a certified body sculptor in the state of Washington. And this video is going to give you basic information about body sculpting. Starting off with the first question is, what is body sculpting? It's a non-surgical, non-invasive procedure that targets stubborn fat and cellulite, and it also helps improve the contours of the body as well. Areas that we can utilize body sculpting on the body include the back, the arms, the abdomen, the thighs, and the booty. So those are the areas that we work on as estheticians with body sculpting. The next question is, what are the most common techniques of body sculpting? We know that surgeons are able to provide liposuction as well as tummy tucks and lipo 360 and BBLs. We know that. But as estheticians and other licensed professionals that are not medical doctors, we're able to utilize technologies like cool sculpting, which is cryotherapy, sculpting, which is electromagnetic stimulation, and other therapies including radiofrequency, laser lipolysis, cavitation, bipolar vacuum, vacuum therapy, wood therapy, as well as metal therapy, and even clay therapy, which is also known as ice sculpting. There are several different modalities that fall under that category of body sculpting techniques. The third question we have today is body sculpting painful? No, it's not painful. When we're talking about non-invasive techniques, it's not painful to the client. However, if we are utilizing cool sculpting or cryotherapy, it is cold. If we're utilizing radiofrequency and cavitation, it's warm to the client, but it's not uncomfortable. And it's typically stimulating the lymphatic drainage in the body. So there might be some after effects of having to utilize the bathroom a little bit more, and a slight cramping or slight bruising depending on what modality has been utilized. Bruising would come from the wood therapy or the metal therapy depending on how aggressive the treatment was when we're targeting the particular areas of the body that I mentioned earlier, but it's not painful to the client. When we're talking about cavitation though, it creates a unique sound to the client as the technology is moving across the body. So if we're talking about the abdomen, as soon as you put that cavitation wand on a client, they will hear this scratchy, kind of like a TV noise. I kind of explain it to my clients. This is not the service where you would want to have your headphones in, like if you're getting your lashes done or something like that. This is not the service to do that with. Fourth question on the list is, how many sessions are needed for typical results? Well, that depends on the client. If the client has a larger amount of fat that needs to be targeted, it's going to take more sessions for them to see substantial results. If the client already has an active lifestyle and their lymphatic system is being stimulated already because they're working out and not practicing a sedentary lifestyle, they're going to see results right away. So I typically try to find clients when they're on their fitness journey because they're already stimulating the lymph circulation, and that helps the body sculpting last longer and start to have a meaningful impact right away. If you have not been working out, the sculpting is going to take a long time. Typically, you're going to see improvement around the second to third session. And if you haven't seen improvement by that point, then you really need to reevaluate what goals you have and really talk to your body sculptor about maybe holding off on the remaining of your package until you're able to start working out. It's not something that is a quick fix, right? Like, you have to be able to work out to stimulate that lymphatic drainage after the services. And then it doesn't matter if it's cool sculpting or cavitation or sculpting, it is something that is complementary to an active lifestyle. If you are a smaller client and you've already been working out and you just have that little tiny pooch somewhere of fat, this will help right away. Usually my petite clients, they only need even 30 minutes at most, and they have dramatic results because their lymphatic system has already been stimulated because they're pretty active. The next question is, are the results permanent? I will let you know nothing is permanent. Even surgical procedures like liposuction is not permanent. You can regain the weight. It's as simple as that. you can regain the fat in areas where we had targeted. It's going to take a long time for that to happen. However, it is possible. Even when you have gastric bypass surgery, you can still gain weight. It is up to you to make those lifestyle changes as the client and making sure that you're upholding your body sculpting techniques that were utilized on you. Number 6 on the list is, are there any side effects or risk associated with body sculpting? With body sculpting, it's typically safe. However, there are some risks involved, including if you have these services done while you're on your menstrual cycle. If you are menstruating, you can have severe cramping. You might have diarrhea, and you might also have to urinate a lot because of the water intake that you have to utilize when we're having the body sculpting done. Another thing that can happen to you is bruising, especially when we're talking about wood therapy and metal therapy. Because the friction of the tools on the skin, sometimes we are practicing, and if you are a very sensitive client or you're prone to easily bruising, you will have bruising. In addition to the vacuum therapy for vacuum BBL, when the swelling and the suction happens on the booty, it's going to swell up so much because the booty is not used to being stimulated in that way, and you are going to have redness. Now, some clients will bruise with the vacuum BBL on their booty, but the bruising does go down within 3 days. And that's usually on the first or the second visit, and after that it subsides because the body is used to that suctioning and the stimulation that's happening on the booty. Most of my clients, if they already have a larger booty, and we're only targeting the cellulite in that area, it'll be red, and the redness lasts for about an hour or 2. Redness is also common. You might have seen some of my before and after photos where there's redness in the abdomen, and that's because that client has sensitive skin, so any sort of friction, heat, cold, anything like that's going to make them turn red. And if your client's already prone to that, or if you're prone to that, that's something to expect when you have body sculpting done. Our next question is, how much does body sculpting usually cost? Typically, it's around $150 per hour, but a lot of body sculptors tend to sell it as a package of 6 sessions, 9 sessions, or 12 sessions, because those are typically the amounts of sessions that you're going to need to have long-lasting results. Now, I will say, in addition to this, and I know that sounds kind of expensive, especially when you're talking about $150 times 6, 9, or 12, is that it's still cheaper than having surgery. Why? Because the post-op care that you're going to require after surgery is significant. You have to have someone taking care of you. You're going to have to take time off from work, and you're also going to have to get lymphatic drainage massages, which a lot of people don't consider how expensive that is post-op. So when we're talking about non-surgical body sculpting techniques, these clients are able to come in on their lunch break. They're able to do this after work. They're able to do it while their children are at school. So and it's a shorter amount of time, and there's no downtime. So that's another thing to remember too. The next question is body sculpting suitable for everyone? No, it is not suitable for everyone. If you have thyroid, liver, or kidney issues, this is not the service for you. If you have abdominal issues, you will need to get a release from your medical provider saying that body contouring is safe for you. If you've had cancer in the past or currently, this is not the service for you. If you've had other surgical procedures done, including lipo 360, BBL surgery, tummy tuck, full mommy makeover, whatever surgery you've had, you're not able to have body sculpting done until 6 months post-op. If you are postpartum, you're not able to have body sculpting until 6 months postpartum as well. So there are a few people where the service is not applicable for them or in this time of their. Next question is, can body sculpting be combined with other treatments? Yes, it can. As I mentioned in the last question, you can utilize body sculpting post-surgery if you've had other body contouring surgeries done, but it just needs to be 6 months after. So this really helps people maintain their liposuction results that they've had, because they can come in on a maintenance schedule of once a month or once every 60 days to be able to maintain the results that they had during their surgery. So yes, it's also great if you're already having an active lifestyle and you're seeing a personal trainer or you're going to the gym regularly. This can help you achieve your goals so much faster with body sculpting. So there are definitely things that you can utilize with body sculpting. I would not utilize cool sculpting and cavitation together, but if you've done cool sculpting and it's had the amount of wait time, I believe it's 90 days, then you could use cavitation if you needed to. And our final question is, what should I expect during a body sculpting consultation? And this is great because whether you're the practitioner or the esthetician or the client, this is super important to know what to expect. So when you come in for a consultation, you're gonna come in and there's gonna be a huge questionnaire form. Usually it's a couple of pages long and it's gonna ask you about different things that you're doing in your life and a lot of medical history questions. And again, we talked about the reasons why we need to know that information to make sure that we're providing a safe service for you. Then you will have to get undressed for whatever body part that you are trying to work on so the body sculpting technician can see what is going on. Expect to have pictures taken so that way we can assess how many sessions it's going to really take. We'll also palpate which means we'll touch the fat to make sure that it's squishy or subcutaneous fat. If it's hardened fat, the non-surgical techniques are not gonna work very effectively. So we wanna make sure that it's subcutaneous fat, meaning it's squishy, and then a lot of people are like, ew, my stomach is just so flabby, it's so gross. That's the type of client that we want as a body sculpting technician. Another thing to expect is that you will get an estimate of how many sessions it's going to take. And typically the body sculptor is gonna say at halfway through your package, we'll make assessments and we'll make changes. And a good body sculptor is going to customize each of your treatments. Typically the very first 1 to 2 sessions are going to be a standard protocol, and then after that we will assess how your body is doing based on your weekly photos, and then we'll customize if you need more cavitation time, if you need more radio frequency time, if you need to practice suction. We would have a better idea as we go along through the package. So that's something that you can expect in your body sculpting consultation. So that's something that you can expect during your body sculpting consultation. So that's the end of our video. Thank you for watching, and I hope this answered a lot of your questions about body sculpting. Please consider liking and subscribing this video if you would like to hear more tips about body sculpting and aesthetic services. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!